pop consumer society, we're back, and look, we already have the first impressions about Superman. People who have already watched it are talking because the social media embargo has been lifted. The review embargo is only at 4 in the afternoon, Brasilia time, but the online review embargo has already been lifted and people are already speaking out. After a tense moment yesterday when the Daily Beast released a scathing review of the movie that left everyone on edge, worried, what's going on? Now, no, it seems that the general consensus is that the movie is great, it's good, and even Grace Randolph, the one who exaggerates but doesn't make things up, Gracie, little Gracie, who argued with James Gunn. James Gunn even said there are two things you can't avoid, right? The rain falling and Grace Randolph talking nonsense. That's pretty much what he said. And Grace Randolph said it's the best Superman movie she's ever seen, even better than the one from '78. Look how crazy that is. But let's go, she said. When James Gunn steps aside, the movie is great. Already throwing some shade at James Gunn. Very similar this James Gunn. But let's see what Toomer is saying. Then I'll come back here to share my thoughts about their impressions, alright? Ben Rolfe says Superman is amazing. James Gunn perfectly captures the essence of the Superman comics. Cora Sweat was cast flawlessly as the passionate and at the same time cheerful version of Superman and Clark Kent. Brosnan stands out, and I left wanting more scenes between her and David, since they make a perfect pair. There are compliments about the chemistry between the two actors, which is being very well highlighted in the film's promotion. Praise for Superman. About Cora Sweat, how human he is, how funny he is, and how intense and passionate he is. Also, there are many compliments about this version of Superman compared to the comics. That's important. It's something that Jimmy Gunn always said he was going to do. Brandon Davis from Face Hero called Superman 2025 a triumph for the District of Columbia universe. A beautifully adapted live-action comic book brimming with hope and achievement. It even brought tears of joy to my eyes. David Corenswet was born to play Superman as Clark Kent in a Superman for Everyone. James Gunn brings a sense of hope, goodwill, and kindness that had been lost. I loved it. Recently, those elements need to return, and Superman is the one who will restore them all. That's cool. According to the Hollywood Handel, Superman deeply comprehends the essence of being human, marking an impactful and hopeful beginning. For the new District of Columbia universe, the movie moves you or reveals the heart behind the cape. David Corenswet shines in his role. Nicholas Hoult delivers a standout performance as Lex Luthor, cold, charismatic, and menacing, one of District of Columbia's best on-screen villains. The soundtrack and sound design are spectacular, making you feel every note and impact. It makes you feel thrilled inside. Here, for the first time, praise goes to this Lex Luthor. Nicholas Hoult, who is also highly praised in these reviews. Peter Howell. According to the Toronto Film Association, Superman marks an unexpected start for the District of Columbia universe. James Gunn excels at creating spectacular alien realms, but falls short in storytelling. David Corsetti portrays a youthful Superman who frequently gets beaten up, making him better suited for a Dudley Do-Right movie lead. Rachel Brosnan plays a sharp Lois Lane, and Nicholas Hoult's Lex Luthor is more annoying than truly villainous. Krypto the Superdog is the true star, stealing every scene he appears in. I'd rather watch a movie just about him, who delivered some sharp jabs here. Says that James Gunn isn't very good at storytelling, says that Lex Luthor is annoying, more than a villain. I wanted to see a movie about Krypto, but it was disappointing. Grace Randolph. This is the best Superman movie ever made when James Gunn steps back and lets his work speak for itself. It's amazing. It's not perfect, but it comes very close and makes me believe in James Gunn. Like I said, even critics are speaking well of the movie. Superman is everything I wanted it to be and a million things more. It's truly inspiring, both for a District of Columbia fan who has long wanted to see this universe on screen in such a caring and unique way, and for someone full of hope. The myth of the superhero won't be the same after this movie, for the better. Diana Anderson from Face Hero also points out once again the issue of recovering the superhero myth, the idea of hope and goodwill, which is important. Griffin Schiller from the playlist says that although it took him a while to get into the mood, There's no denying that James Gunn's Superman will become an icon for a new generation. It's a proudly punk rock response to the cultural shift towards cynicism and dehumanization. Remarkably current, authentic, and sincere, he lovingly captures the essence of the Man of Steel, filtered through the unique lens of James Gunn. This is one of the most handcrafted and auteur-driven superhero movies I've seen, mostly for the better. Curtin Howard saying that Superman's soul is absolutely high, an impressive achievement and a hopeful relief. Honoring past interactions of cinema and comics, finding its own path. Connect Suite has that heroic shine, Holt is delightfully devilish, Brosnan overflows with vigor and energy, and Krypto is adorable. Jeff Nelson says Superman is an exciting, action-packed spectacle with a humorous touch. A characteristic of James Gunn. The little jokes of James Gunn's humor inside the Superman movie and David Connect go high, but the love story doesn't have the same shine. Overall, it's a promising start for the District of Columbia universe, but here they're saying that the love story isn't that interesting. So Dick Labey from Cinema Blend says that this movie has heart. James Gunn delivers with a perfect cast, honoring Superman's cinematic history while forging a new path. And a modern story. It's everything I could want, and so much more. I believe a man can fly. Using here the slogan from the classic Superman. Since '78, Christopher Reeve has been doing very well. Served with this new Superman. Here, highlighting some recurring criticisms, it's a film that brings this universe to life. Functional, pulsating, vibrant, unlike other versions. It's a universe with Superman, but he's not the only or first superhero. That's really cool. You already have a universe that's ready, functioning with its own issues, its own discussions, its own controversies, without being directly affected by Superman's arrival. We have a very good David Coruscant. We have a sharp Rachel Brosnan. We have a Nicholas Hoult who's evil but also annoying. Decent special effects. Krypto the Superdog steals the show. And a very promising start for James Gunn's District of Columbia universe. It seems like a big win, except for that Daily Beast review. I haven't seen anything in the genre that would close the coffin on superhero movies or make them go out of style. To me it seems more like a comeback than anything else. The first reviews are excellent. Let's remember that these first reviews are from people who watched it by invitation. They get a bit flattered, think it's amazing, and tend to speak well of the movie. I'm only going to watch the whole thing tonight. I've already seen the first 30 minutes, and some things people commented on I noticed in those first 30 minutes. I want to see how the story wraps up. And starting tomorrow, I'll begin making content here with spoilers, really talking about the movie. For you all. But until then, we'll stick with these first impressions here. What do you think? What are your expectations? Write them down below in the comments. I'll be back soon with more pop culture topics. After the intro, some channel options will appear. See you later. See you soon. See you in a bit. That was another piece from Cuatro Coisas, a channel that posts at least 3 videos daily, Monday through Sunday. If you enjoyed it, here are more recommendations to watch. Please like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications for updates. Thanks. See you next time.